Good morning to all the viewers. Today we have a webinar from Charusat. Explore before you decide your futures. This webinar is intended to address the B group student who have recently passed out and their parents. In the list of speakers today we have with us, the first speaker is Dr. Anil Sharma sir. He is the principal of Manikaka Topawala Institute of Nursing. We also have Dr. Manan Rawal sir is principals of Ramanbhai Patel Institute of Pharmacy. We also have Dr. Darshan Patel, sir, principal, Charotar Institute of Paramedical Science. And we have with us Dean and principals of Ashok and Rita Patel Institute of Physiotherapy, Dr. M. Balaganapati, sir. So to start the session, I would like to invite Dr. Anil Sharma, sir, principal, Nursing Institute, to start the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Ratanji. Very good morning, all of you, all the viewers. Let me congratulate all the students who have just cleared their 12th science and best of luck to the student who are about to write their examination from July 1st onwards. This webinar is very specific for the 12th science student B group, those who are about to clear or those who have cleared. So when we talk about the options which are available, because when we opt for the B group, generally in the mind is very clear that I am going to pursue something related to the medical. So when we talk about medical, there are five basic areas which is going to prevail. That is, first is the medical, second is nursing, third is paramedical, or else fourth is the allied sciences, allied paramedical, and fifth is the alternative system of medicine. So these five options, generally students are getting out of these five options, the student should go for one. So I'll talk more about why the nursing field is so prompt or so important to pursue. Because when you talk about any hospital or any healthcare delivery system, then the largest part is taken care by the nurses, and that's the reason the important task which is happening for the human health is performed by the nurses. तो नर्सेस की जब बात करते हैं तो उसमें बहुत क्लियर एक स्टेटमेंट आता है जो नर्सेस के लिए बहुत फिट होता है, स्काई इज द लिमिट फॉर द नर्सेस एंड स्काई हैज नो लिमिट. इसका मतलब ये है कि नर्सेस एक ऐसा प्रोफेशन है जहां पे आप सर्विस कर सकते हैं, सर्विस ओरिएंटेड प्रोफेशन है, बट एट द सेम टाइम यू कैन अर्न ए लॉट. सो जब हम किसी भी प्रोफेशन को चूज करने की बात होती है, बिकॉज आफ्टर 12th दिस इज द इंपॉर्टेंट माइलस्टोन ऑफ योर लाइफ where you are going to choose a profession by which you are going to build your entire career on that profession. So जब उस करियर की बात है तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ये डिसीजन होता है जहां पे आपको ये डिसाइड करना है कि मुझे कौन सा प्रोफेशन चूज करना है. सो नर्सिंग एक ऐसा प्रोफेशन है जहां पे आप जो प्रोफेशन चूज करते वक्त जो हमारे दिमाग में जो चलता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम क्या सोचते हैं जब हम किसी भी प्रोफेशन को चूज करते हैं, हमारा सबसे पहला एम होता है कि एक ऐसा प्रोफेशन हो जिससे मुझे एम्प्लॉयबल करे, मतलब मुझे रोजगार मिलता रहे उससे. दूसरा होता है कि मेरे प्रोफेशन का इमेज क्या होगा, व्हाट विल बी माय फ्यूचर. तो फ्यूचर कंसर्न को लेके लाइफ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस मेरा कैसा रहेगा, लाइफ की जर्नी मेरी कैसी रहेगी, वेदर आई कैन एबल टू मेंटेन माय लाइफस्टाइल और नॉट. तो ये बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे दिमाग में घूमती है जब हम कोई भी प्रोफेशन को चूज करते हैं. सो नर्सिंग प्रोफेशन एक ऐसा प्रोफेशन है जहां पे ये सारी चीजें बहुत अच्छे से फिट होती हैं. For example, if I'll talk about the placement part, the employability part, then 100% students who have opted nursing are employable. आप जैसे ही बाहर निकलते हैं कोर्स खत्म करके, आपके पास रोजगार आपके हाथ में होता है. एंड द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द नर्सिंग जॉब इज द फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इज आउटस्टैंडिंग इन द नर्सिंग जॉब. Why I'm saying this flexibility is outstanding? Because everywhere the jobs are available. Whether if you want the job near to your doorstep, yes, it is available. If you wanted to go outside the state, outside the country, yes, jobs are available. So when we talk about the placement part, there are two sectors which is employ the the candidate, that is government sector and the private sector. At both the places there are huge vacancies are available, because right now there is huge gap in the demand and supply. If you talk about little statistic of this demand and supply, then the recent survey of the government of India along with the World Health Organization said that at present the whole world is facing lack of nursing professionals. And if you talk about only about in India, then the statistics said that in coming 10 years even we will not able to fulfill the requirement of the nurses. क्योंकि क्या होता है, जब आप एक बहुत आपके आसपास के एरिया में आप देखिए, किसी भी हॉस्पिटल में आप जाइए, तो वहां पे सबसे ज्यादा जो नंबर आपको दिखाई देगा वो होता है नर्सेस का। एक अगर 100 बेड का हॉस्पिटल आप लें, तो वहां पे करीब करीब 105 नर्सेस आपको जरूरत होती है, where other professionals are needed in less than 10 or 12 in numbers. So that's the reason the demand is huge. तो जब डिमांड ज्यादा होती है तो सप्लाई भी आपको उस हिसाब से रखना पड़ता है। तो दो एट प्रेजेंट अगर आप इंडिया की बात करें तो हर साल करीब 2.25 लाख स्टूडेंट अपना नर्सिंग प्रोफेशन को क्लियर करते हैं, जिसमें डिप्लोमा और डिग्री दोनों कोर्सेज आते हैं, बिकॉज 12th साइंस स्टूडेंट्स आर जनरली ऑप्टिंग फॉर द बीएससी नर्सिंग। तो जब बीएससी नर्सिंग इट्स अ 4 ईयर अंडर ग्रेजुएट प्रोग्राम, यहाँ से बाहर निकलने के बाद आपके पास जॉब्स अवेलेबल होते हैं। So those jobs are available in the government and private, both the sectors. दोनों sectors open है, आप चाहे तो why flexibility is outstanding as I said. Why? Because आप hospital में job कर सकते हैं। hospital की जब हम बात करते हैं तो वहां पे nurse और patient का रेशो होता है 1 और 3 का, 3 patient के ऊपर 1 nurse चाहिए। तो आप अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि कितनी ह्यूज रिक्वायरमेंट है। सैलरी की आप बात करें तो बहुत अच्छी सैलरी से आपकी शुरुआत होती है। 15,000 सैलरी इज द मिनिमम सैलरी आफ्टर योर यूजी। और करियर ऑप्शंस बहुत ज्यादा है। फॉर एग्जांपल, आप यूजी खत्म करने के बाद यू कैन परस्यू योर मास्टर्स। जब आप मास्टर्स करते हैं तब आपका एक स्पेशलाइजेशन क्रिएट होता है। तो नर्सेज जो है, आपने देखा होगा कई नर्सेज मैटरनिटी वार्ड्स में काम करते हैं, कई नर्सेज पीडियाट्रिक वार्ड में काम करते हैं, कुछ नर्सेज होती हैं जो ऑन्कोलॉजी कैंसर यूनिट में काम करते हैं, कुछ मेंटल हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट में काम करते हैं। सो देयर आर ह्यूज नंबर ऑफ स्पेशलाइजेशन इज अवेलेबल। तो जैसे जैसे आपका स्पेशलाइजेशन बढ़ता है, आपका इकोनॉमिक भी उसी हिसाब से बढ़ता जाता है, आपका इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस भी उसी हिसाब से बढ़ता है। तो जब आप मास्टर्स करते हैं, मास्टर्स के बाद एक और ऑप्शन होता है कि आप डॉक्टरेट भी कर सकते हैं। सो एक नया स्ट्रीम अभी जुड़ा है नर्सिंग में, वो है नर्स साइंटिस्ट। व्हाट इज दैट? कि जब आप पीएचडी करके रिसर्च पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करते हैं, सो वी डू कॉल देम एज ए नर्स साइंटिस्ट। सो बेसिक जो जॉब है, जो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल लोगों को पता है कि नर्सिंग का जॉब क्या है, हॉस्पिटल्स रिलेटेड, बट ऐसा नहीं है। आप हॉस्पिटल में काम कर सकते हैं, हॉस्पिटल में एक यूनिट से लेकर स्पेशलाइजेशन यूनिट तक काम कर सकते हैं। दूसरा जॉब जो अवेलेबल है वो है एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में। फॉर एग्जांपल मी, आई एम वर्किंग इन एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट। इस तरह बहुत सारे टीचिंग फैकल्टीज हैं जो एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में काम करते हैं। तो एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर आल्सो ओपन फॉर द ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट। उसके साथ में जैसे जैसे आप पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट और डॉक्टरेट करते हैं, आपका उसी हिसाब से करियर प्रोग्रेशन होता रहता है। देन द थर्ड इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, द पब्लिक हेल्थ और द कम्युनिटी हेल्थ, जहां पे ह्यूज डिमांड है। नाउ इट इज इन दिस कोविड-19 सिचुएशन, आपने देखा होगा कि नर्सेस का एक रेपुटेशन लेवल एक अलग लेवल पे चला गया है। द रीजन बीइंग बिकॉज दे आर आइडेंटिफाइड एज द फ्रंट लाइन वॉरियर्स, जो सामने लड़ रहे हैं कोविड से। तो उस हिसाब से आप देखें तो पब्लिक हेल्थ और कम्युनिटी हेल्थ में बहुत ह्यूज डिमांड आर अवेलेबल। और इसी सीक्वेंस में लास्ट ईयर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने एक स्कीम लॉन्च की थी, विच इज द इंडियाज बिगेस्ट इंश्योरेंस स्कीम, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस स्कीम इज द आयुष्मान भारत। उसमें नर्सेस को ध्यान में रख के एक नया डेजिग्नेशन उन्होंने हर एक प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर, हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में अवेलेबल करवाया, विच इज ऑल्सो इन ह्यूज नंबर, दैट इज इन कम्युनिटी हेल्थ ऑफिसर्स। नाउ दोज कम्युनिटी हेल्थ ऑफिसर्स आर बेसिकली नर्सेस और द आयुर्वेदिक प्रोफेशनल्स। दो लोगों को उसके लिए एलिजिबल रखा है। व्हाट इज दैट? कि आप जब जैसे ही बीएससी या जीएनएम कोई भी प्रोग्राम करते हैं, तो आपके पास 6 मंथ एक सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स करने का ऑप्शन है, वहां पे जाके आप उसको ऑप्ट कर सकते हैं। तो इनिशियल सैलरी इज 25,000 to 35,000 along with various incentives you can earn. सो पब्लिक हेल्थ, कम्युनिटी हेल्थ पे बहुत स्कीम्स आर अवेलेबल जहां पे आप जॉब कर सकते हैं। अलॉन्ग विद दैट इंडस्ट्रियल नर्स बहुत कॉमन है। ऑक्यूपेशनल हैजार्ड्स को ध्यान में रख के देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज आर रिक्रूटिंग द नर्सेज। एजुकेशन डिपार्टमेंट में बहुत है। फॉर एग्जांपल एवरी सेंट्रल स्कूल, केंद्रीय विद्यालय जिसे आप बोलते हैं, वहां पे एक नर्सिंग की वैकेंसी होती ही है। सो यू कैन आइडेंटिफाई हाउ मेनी केंद्रीय विद्यालय वी हैव एंटायर इंडिया, और कितनी वैकेंसीज उनमें है। जो मिलिट्री नर्सिंग एक बहुत कॉमन एरिया है जहां पे गर्ल्स कैन गो इन अ वेरी ह्यूज नंबर। अब अगर हम एरिया स्पेसिफिक, बिकॉज टाइम बहुत कम है, एरिया स्पेसिफिक बात करें तो वी आर लोकेटेड इन गुजरात। और इंडिया में 3 ऐसी स्टेट है जहां के बच्चे दे ग्रोन अप विद अ ड्रीम कि दे वांटेड टू गो अब्रॉड। वो है गुजरात, केरला एंड पंजाब। तो जब हम गुजरात की बात करते हैं तो बच्चे वो ड्रीम के साथ पैदा होते हैं कि नहीं, हमें तो बाहर जाना है, वी वांटेड टू गो अब्रॉड। सो अगर आप नर्सिंग करते हैं So I believe कि there is no secondary thought कि आप नहीं जा सकते, because every country is facing lot of deficiencies of the nurses. If I'll talk a very small number of statistic, then every 10,000 population के ऊपर इंडिया में जो रेशो है वो है 17 नर्सेज का, सिर्फ 17 नर्सेज हैं 10,000 पॉपुलेशन पर। हाईएस्ट ये जो नंबर है वो है बेल्जियम के, वहां पर 200 नर्सेज हैं पर 10,000 पॉपुलेशन। आप अगर यूएस की बात करते हैं, जो हमारे बच्चे बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड होते हैं जाने के लिए, तो यूएस में वो नंबर आता है 145 प्लस। आप अगर कनाडा की बात करते हैं तो दैट इज अराउंड 120। इफ यू टॉक अबाउट यूके, यूके हैव अ ह्यूज डिमांड ऑफ नर्सेज, वहां पे ये नंबर आता है ओनली 81। So these developed nations are also facing lot of scarcity. At present, WHO का मानना है कि पूरे वर्ल्ड में करीब 9 million nurses are required at present, which is going to increase day by day. जैसे जैसे for example this COVID-19 pandemic, ये पेंडेमिक में पूरे वर्ल्ड को रियलाइज हुआ है कि कितने नर्सेज की रिक्वायरमेंट हमें है। So I think if you talk about the nursing profession, there is a huge demand and जॉब्स की बात करें तो जैसे ही आपका डिग्री खत्म होता है, जॉब्स आर देयर ऑन योर डोर स्टेप। सो आई विश कि आप लोग आए एंड यू कैन बी ए पार्ट ऑफ दिस होली एंड सर्विस ओरिएंटेड, ए कमिटेड डेडिकेटेड प्रोफेशन। इवन यूनिसेफ WHO said the most ethic profession is at present is the nursing profession. By these words I'll stop my talk and I request Ratanji to if the candidate have viewers have any doubt they can ask or will take later.
Sir, I think we'll take at the end together.
Sure,
I think that
sure.
will-
Will be available.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Anil Sharma, sir, for your insightful information related to the nursing and its scope within India and outside. Next speaker, I would like to invite Dr. Manan Rawal, sir, a principal, Ramanbhai Patel Institute of Pharmacy, to give insight about pharmacy professional. Over to you, sir.
નમસ્કાર. રમનભાઈ પટેલ કોલેજ ઓફ ફાર્મસી, ચરોતર યુનિવર્સિટી ઓફ સાયન્સ એન્ડ ટેકનોલોજીમાં સ્વાગત છે આપનું. ફાર્મસી નવું નથી, ઘણા વર્ષોથી ફાર્મસી છે, દવાઓ બને છે, તમે લોકો લઈ પણ રહ્યા છો. પણ ખરેખર જ્યારે એડમિશનની વાત આવે ત્યારે સૌથી પહેલા અમારે જ્યારે અહીંયા પોતાના દીકરા કે દીકરીને લઈને આવે છે એમના માતા પિતા, ત્યારે સૌથી પહેલો સવાલ એ જ હોય છે કે આ ચાલે છે કઈ રીતે. તો ફાર્મસી કાઉન્સિલ છે, ફાર્મસી કાઉન્સિલ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયા, જે ફાર્મસીના જેટલા પણ પ્રોગ્રામ બી ફાર્મ, એમ ફાર્મ, ફાર્મ ડી કે ડી ફાર્મ જે કંઈ બી ચાલે છે તે ફાર્મસી કાઉન્સિલ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયાના પરમિશનથી ચાલવા પડે છે. અને ફાર્મસી કાઉન્સિલ ઓફ ઇન્ડિયાનું સ્ટ્રિક્ટ વિજિલન્સ હોય છે કે એના રેગ્યુલર ઇન્સ્પેક્શન થાય, ફેકલ્ટી આ ટાઈપના જ હોવા જોઈએ, તમારા લેબોરેટરીઝ આ ટાઈપના હોવા જોઈએ, અને એકદમ મેડિસિનની જેમ એકદમ રેગ્યુલરાઇઝ એજ્યુકેશન છે ફાર્મસીનું ઇન્ડિયામાં. તરત જ બીજો સવાલ અમારે એ આવતો હોય છે કે આ ફાર્મ ડી શું છે. તો 12th સાયન્સ પછી, એટલે 10+2 12th સાયન્સ પછી જ્યારે સ્ટુડન્ટ બહાર આવે છે અને જો ફાર્મસીમાં જવાનું વિચારે છે, તો અત્યારે ઇન્ડિયામાં બે ટાઈપના ફાર્મસીના પ્રોગ્રામ છે. એક પ્રોગ્રામ છે કે જે ક્લિનિકલ બેઝ છે, કે જેની અંદર હોસ્પિટલમાં કામ કરવાનું હોય છે, અને એ 6 વર્ષનો પ્રોગ્રામ જેને ફાર્મ ડી કહે છે. આ સ્પેસિફિક. બીજો જે પ્રોગ્રામ છે કે જે 4 વર્ષનો છે, જે બી ફાર્મ છે, અને પ્રોગ્રામની અંદર ખરેખર સ્ટુડન્ટ્સને મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ માટે તૈયાર કરવામાં આવે છે. હવે જો આપણે સ્ટેટિસ્ટિક્સ જોઈએ તો ઇન્ડિયામાં જેટલી પણ ડ્રગ્સ યુઝ થાય છે તેમાંથી 20% ડ્રગ્સ ઇન્ડિયામાં મેન્યુફેક્ચર થાય છે. અને જો ક્લિનિકલ ટ્રાયલ અને મેડિકલ ડિવાઇસીસને એની અંદર જોડી દઈએ તો બીજા 10%, એટલે ટોટલ ફાર્માસ્યુટિકલનો 30% વર્લ્ડ લેવલ બિઝનેસ એ ઇન્ડિયા રન કરે છે. અને આ જે કમ્પોનન્ટ છે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ફાર્મસીનો છે અત્યારે તો. એટલે આમ જોઈએ તો ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ફાર્મસી રૂલ કરે છે ફાર્મસી એકેડેમિક્સમાં અને ફાર્મસી પ્રોફેશનમાં. અત્યારે કોવિડની સિચ્યુએશન છે, બધાને ખબર જ છે કે ફાર્મસી શું છે શું નથી, પણ થોડુંક હું તમને કહી દઉં કે યુએસમાં જો પ્રિસ્ક્રિપ્શન લખાય છે તો એમાંથી 90% પ્રિસ્ક્રિપ્શન જેનેરિક ડ્રગના હોય છે અને આ 90% જેનેરિક ડ્રગના પ્રિસ્ક્રિપ્શનમાં જો 5 ટેબ્લેટ વેચાય તો એમાંની 3 ટેબ્લેટ ઇન્ડિયામાં મેન્યુફેક્ચર થયેલી હોય છે. ટોટલ વર્લ્ડની 40% વેક્સિન્સ ઇન્ડિયામાં બને છે અને જો WHO નો સપ્લાય ડિફ્થેરિયા, ટીટેનસ, પર્ટ્યુસિસ અને BCG નો લઈએ ને તો 90% વેક્સિન્સ ઇન્ડિયામાં મેન્યુફેક્ચર થાય છે. ઇન્ડિયાનું સ્પેશિયાલિટી મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ છે ફાર્માસ્યુટિકલમાં. મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ, R&D અને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ફાર્મસી. ચાઇના હતું કે ચાઇના નથી, પણ આ જે કમ્પોનન્ટ છે ને તે તેમનું તેમ જ હતું કે ફાર્માસ્યુટિકલ મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ 40% લગભગ 40% બિઝનેસ વર્લ્ડ લેવલનો રફલી એ ઇન્ડિયા મેનેજ કરે છે. હવે ફાર્મસીમાં કોઈ સ્ટુડન્ટ આવે, બીફાર્મ થાય, હું સામાન્ય રીતે બીફાર્મની વાત કરું એટલા માટે કારણ કે જે બીજો ફાર્મ ડી વાળો કમ્પોનન્ટ છે તે ખૂબ જ લિમિટેડ છે. તેના જોબ સ્કોપ હોસ્પિટલ પૂરતા જ છે કે હોસ્પિટલમાં રહીને ડોક્ટર્સની સાથે કામ કરવાનું કે હોસ્પિટલ ફાર્મસીમાં કામ કરવાનું. પણ સામાન્ય રીતે કોઈ સ્ટુડન્ટ બીફાર્મ થાય તો એ કઈ કઈ જગ્યાએ જોબ કરી શકે છે? તો એને એલોપેથિક ડ્રગ મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ યુનિટમાં કામ મળી શકે છે કે જ્યાં એ મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ અને ક્વોલિટી કંટ્રોલમાં કામ કરે છે. હર્બલ અને ન્યુટ્રાસ્યુટિકલ માર્કેટમાં એ મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગમાં અને બિઝનેસ સ્ટ્રેટેજીમાં કામ કરતા હોય છે. કોસ્મેટિક્સ, ફૂડ પ્રિપરેશન, ક્વોલિટી કંટ્રોલમાં કામ કરતા હોય છે. અને અત્યારે જે સૌથી વધારે ડિમાન્ડ છે તે રિસર્ચ ડેવલપમેન્ટમાં. તેની અંદર ફાર્મસી ગ્રેજ્યુએટ અને પોસ્ટ ગ્રેજ્યુએટ કામ કરતા હોય છે. એક વખતે બીફાર્મ અહીંથી થઈ જાય માંથી પછી સ્ટુડન્ટ શું કરે? તો સામાન્ય જે સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ અમારે ત્યાંથી બીફાર્મ થાય છે તેમાંના મોટાભાગના સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ તો આગળ ભણવા જતા હોય છે, કાં તો એ લોકો કરે છે અથવા તો ફોરેન જતા રહે છે. ખાસા એવા સ્ટુડન્ટ પોતાનો સ્ટાર્ટઅપ્સ અને બિઝનેસ ચલાવતા હોય છે. ફાર્મસીમાં સ્ટાર્ટઅપ્સ ઘણા બધા હોય છે, ગવર્મેન્ટ જોબ્સ પણ છે. ફાર્માસ્યુટિકલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં જોબ્સ ઘણી બધી હોય છે, એટલી બધી હોય છે કે લગભગ જેની જે રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ છે તે કોઈ દિવસ ફૂલફિલ થતી જ નથી. અને રિસર્ચ અને ડેવલપમેન્ટનું એક જે ફિલ્ડ છે તે છેલ્લા 5-7 વર્ષમાં ખાસું એવું સ્ટ્રોંગ થઈ ગયું છે ઇન્ડિયામાં. અને ઇન્ડિયામાં પણ રિસર્ચ ખાસું એવું થઈ રહ્યું હોય છે રેગ્યુલર, અને તેમાં પણ ઘણી ડિમાન્ડ હોય છે. હવે તો PhD પણ ખાસા એવા સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ કરવા માંડ્યા છે, એટલે એ લોકો બીફાર્મ, એમફાર્મ અને પછી ફરી PhD પણ કરવાનું રાખતા હોય છે ઈચ્છા. તો આ ફાર્મસીની થોડીક ઇન્ફોર્મેશન હતી. હવે જો આપને કોઈ સવાલો હોય તો પાછળ ક્વેશ્ચન આન્સર સેશન જ્યારે થાય એ વખતે હું અહીંયા જ છું. રતનજી, પ્લીઝ કેરી ઓન. થેન્ક યુ.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful information related to the pharmacy profession. Next, we have with us is Dr. Darshan Patel, sir, Principal of Charutar Institute of Paramedical Science. Sir, I'd like to invite you to deliver yours. Over to you, sir.
Can I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ratanji. And congratulations to all students. And I wish you all the best for your future endeavor. અત્યારે આ વેબિનારમાં I'll talk about optometry, which falls under the paramedical science. By optometry profession, it says that it is related to eye. Eye problem, આપણે statistics ની વાત કરીએ તો across the world, every third person is with the some defect or problems in the eye. In that case, the ophthalmologist doctors has to do some treatment. And if you see the numbers of the ophthalmologist doctors and the population, the gap is very big. In that case, the optometry is the field where primary healthcare, means primary diagnosis of the eye can be done by the optometrist. So in a way, optometrist, if I can define, that it is a autonomous, educated, and the regulated, means license and register. Now this is very important. Okay, optometrist is not the simple field કે તમે ત્યાં આગળ કોઈ બી ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રી ગ્રેજ્યુએટ થાય ને can do the practice, પણ એ licensed અને registered. So this is very important, that it shows that it is been regulated by the government, like other profession. So this is the basic education about the optometry. I am sure that you don't have much idea about the optometry. So let me take you little in detail about the education of the optometry. Now, as I said that it is dealing with the primary eye care. When I say primary eye care means when a patient goes into the hospital with the problems in their eyes. So what says that the first checkup is done by the optometrist, and then it goes to ophthalmologist. Now this is the basic practice of the optometrist, and the peripheral service is what optometrist can do, that I will tell you. હું તમને એનું થોડુંક ડિટેલમાં introduction આપીશ. So optometry ne હું define કરું, it is a primary healthcare practitioner of the eye and visual system. Now, I told you about the eye. Now I am telling about the visual system. Visual system, it includes your opticals and contact lens. So these three domain, as I said, ke ek to aankhni hospital ane primary eye checkup enu diagnosis. Second, visual system ni અંદર બે domain થાય, એક એનું spectacles અને contact lens. તો એ ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રિસ્ટ શું કરે અને જોબ પ્રોફાઇલ શું બને કે કોમ્પ્રિહેન્સિવ આઈ એન્ડ વિઝન કેર. Now this is the the domain of the optometrist. Just look at the the basic subjects. આ મારે તમને ડિટેલમાં એટલે કહેવું પડે છે કે તમને થોડોક વધારે આઈડિયા આવે કે what are the subjects students are going to learn. It includes that the normal physiology of eye, normal anatomy of the eye, ocular biochemistry, ocular microbiology. This is core subject of the optometry. Then later on come to the specialty or the specific branch specific subjects, that it has like optometric instruments, contact lens, occupational optometry, binocular single visual system, then systematic disease, ocular pharmacology. જ્યારે પણ ડ્રગ યુઝ થાય તો એ ડ્રગ આંખને કઈ રીતે ઇફેક્ટ કરે એની કમ્પ્લીટ સ્ટડી આવે. પછી થર્ડ ફેઝ આવે એનો એપ્લિકેશન પાર્ટ. એપ્લિકેશનની અંદર તમારા સ્પેક્ટિકલ્સ કઈ રીતે બનાવવા, એના જે આઈ પાવર હોય એના પ્રમાણે સ્પેક્ટિકલ્સ અને કોન્ટેક્ટ લેન્સ નું મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ, that also includes. હવે તમને કદાચ ખ્યાલ નહીં હોય કે ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રી ઇઝ નાઉ કમ્પલસરી ફોર એવરી spectacle or spectacle shop. Government no je navo rule che, in that case now every spectacle shop has to have one optometrist in their shop. So અત્યારે જે આખું જે ટ્રાન્સફોર્મેશન થયું છે લેન્સીસ નું, કે બ્રાન્ડેડ કંપનીઝ માર્કેટમાં છે, લાઈક રેપન, Tata iNation, Kangar iNation, like that. એ લોકોને એક એમના જે આઉટલેટ હોય ત્યાં આગળ એક ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રિસ્ટ રાખો. This is one of the the job perspective place where optometrists can be recruited. Okay, so further I am telling you the scope of optometry, where this optometrists can work. One is like as a in academics they can go as a clinical instructor or the assistant professor. Second is that optical outlet, as I said. Third is the optometric clinic, where the ophthalmologist doctor is there. Third is like optometrist in MNC, multinational company. હવે તમને ખ્યાલ હોય તો ઘણા બધા equipments companies બનાવતી હોય lenses વાળા, including that camera. ત્યાં આગળ એ લોકોના ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રિસ્ટની જરૂર પડતી હોય છે. Then you have the research section. તો રિસર્ચની અંદર પણ એક ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રિસ્ટની જરૂર પડતી હોય છે, ત્યાં આગળ એ લોકો આનું રિક્રુટમેન્ટ કરતા હોય છે. So these are, the major domain of the optometrist where they can work. Now come to the, progression of the education in optometry. So as I said that it start with the bachelor degree. The BSc bachelor in optometry is starting there after 12 science. Once they finish their bachelor program, which is of 4 year, that includes 1 year of intensive, means three years of academics and 1 year of intensive. And after intensive, they can earn the bachelor degree. Further, they can go for master program. So master in optometry, where the speciality comes. Speciality એટલે કે કોઈ low vision aid requirement હોય તો there they can go further. Some disease things they can take up, like glaucoma, and there are a lot of diseases. So any specialty must define type master in optometry, which is of 2 years, and they can go pursue PhD also. So bachelor pachi people can be appointed as a application specialist, as an optometrist in optical shop, then optometrist in MNC, optometric clinicians at the hospitals. Master's program earn kare pachi, then they can go for the in a higher position in any of those areas which I mentioned earlier. Second is they can be an assistant professor in any academic organization. And once they earn PhD, then it has a different impact, like they can do a research on eye-related things. So these are the things where this optometrist is work. Now, looking at, the scenario of the requirement of the optometrist and, the patient numbers, there is a huge gap. Huge means huge gap. Why? Because the optometrist graduation are being offered by only 7 institutions in Gujarat, with the total capacity of 260 students. So 260 students graduate થાય છે દર વર્ષે, and this is the capacity. But since this admission and the lack of information about the optometry program, it is number of graduates are only nearly 150 or so, and at the same time the requirement is very high. So placement wise, it is a very good program, and the students settlement is early in their life. How to proceed with the admissions? It has been done by the Medical Education Board from Gandhinagar. There, after 12 science, and good side, 60%, 40% ratio mark-based merit system is there. From there, they can apply and can get the admission. After 4 years, they can go for masters, and then they can go for PhD. So if you have any doubts, I'll be there for for your answer after this session. Ratan sir, please.
Last speaker for today's session, we have with us Dr. M. Balaganapati sir, Principal Ashok and Rita Patel Institute of Physiotherapy, Dean Faculty of Medical Science, Charusat. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ratan, for the introduction. And first of all, I would like to congratulate all the 12 students for achieving the great success. The purpose of the webinar is just to create awareness among the various programs in the field of medical sciences and also in pharmacy. And this webinar will give you an idea about various programs in Charusat or across any other institutes or universities. So I'm going to talk about the scope of physiotherapy. Our institute was established in 2009 under the Faculty of Medical Sciences. It is patronized by Shri Ashok and Rita Patel, the technocrat businessman from USA. So first of all, what is physiotherapy? Physiotherapy provides service to the individuals and populations to develop, maintain, restore maximum movement and functional ability throughout the lifespan. So this is also one of the service field in the medicine. It provides us the support to the doctors and nurses, and it acts as one of the important service provider in the field of healthcare industry. If you take up in today's COVID-19, doctors, nurses, they're working very hard to save the life of the people. Along with them, the physiotherapists are also being a member of the team to help them in the reduction of the lung diseases or help in the reducing the increasing the lifespan for the people. This profession is concerned with identifying and maximizing the quality of life and movement potential within the spheres of promotion, prevention, treatment and intervention, habilitation and rehabilitation. It encompasses physical, psychological, emotional and social well-being. In the nutshell, if I tell you about physiotherapy means, it helps to maintain our problems irrespective of the whatever the diseases we have got. It helps to reduce our problems. It helps to restore the maximum quality of life and helps to restore our normality of the life. So, as a role of physiotherapy, we involve with the people's physical health, psychological health, and emotional constraints, and also for the benefit of them in the society. So, what is the nature of the job? The nature of the job is it includes examination of the patient who comes to us and evaluation that we have to assess them for the problem what they are having it, and then we have to diagnose with the problem what the patient has, and for that we have to plan our intervention or the treatment, and if that is not succeeded, once again we have to go for re-examination, and then we have to go for the once again the treatment. So this is the nature of the nature of the physiotherapist who does the job. So the scope of physiotherapy. So after doing physiotherapy, what the people can do, the work. So they can practice in many settings such as the outpatient clinics. So they can work in any hospitals or they can start their own private clinics. And they can also work in any hospitals as an inpatient services. And they can also work as an extended care facilities. And we can also go for the home visits to the patients, and the people can work in the education and research centers. They are also working in the schools as a physical therapist. They can work in the variety of hospitals and the industrial workplaces and also the other occupational environments. They can also work in the fitness centers and sports training facilities. So these are a few of the practice settings which we have given as a scope, like as a multifactorial people they can work. So if you see the overall aspects, so they can work as an entrepreneur or they can work as a clinician, they can work as an academician, they can work as a researcher, they can work as a sports therapist, they can be a counselor for them, the patients, they can work in the schools in the prevention of problems. So like a lot of various practices are available for the physiotherapist. And not only that, the scope is that these are the settings which they can work in India, and if at all if they want to go abroad, lot of opportunities are available in other countries, especially USA, Canada, Australia. Based upon their guidelines, they have to adapt to the particular countries. So for any 12th standard students, after finishing it, the programs they can pursue is the Bachelor of Physiotherapy, Master of Physiotherapy, and Doctoral program. The Bachelor of Physiotherapy is they can do it after 12th standard with the minimum eligibility, and it is a 4.5-year program, 4 years of course and 6 months of internship training. So after this 4.5 years, they can work in any clinics or they can work in any hospitals. Still, if they want to pursue masters and to become a qualified physiotherapist, means super specialized physiotherapist, so they can work, uh, they can practice, they can do the masters, and they can become a specialized therapist. And still, if they want to pursue the higher degree program, that is a doctoral program, to do conduct research in the society as well as for the patients, so they can work for the research and then they can achieve the doctoral program. So the Master of Degree Physiotherapy program is for 2 years, and then doctoral program is for the part time it is 4 years, and full time it is 3 years. So uh, to practice in India for any students, they should have two registrations. One is a member of Indian Association of Physiotherapists, that is national association, and to practice in Gujarat, like you should have the Gujarat State Council for Physiotherapists. These registrations are done after when the student finishes the Bachelor's of Physiotherapy degree program, and it is mandatory for every physiotherapist to practice in Gujarat as well as in India. They should have this kind of registrations. After talking about the Masters of Physiotherapy program, a lot of specialties are available in the Masters, like a Master of Physiotherapy in Orthopedics, Neurological Sciences, Cardiorespiratory, Sports, Pediatrics, Hand, Geriatrics, Rehabilitation, Medical Surgical, Obs and Gynec. So if you see this many number of specialties, like how you see the doctors, they are pursuing their Masters. So this many number of specialties are available in some of them are available in Gujarat and some of them are available in India. So the lot of scope is available for the children, the students in the higher level when they go for the masters, and based upon their needs, based upon their interest, and based upon their contribution to the society, so they can choose that what they want to do in the masters program. And each master's program has its own advantages, and depending upon the super specialties, the students can choose and they can become excel in their field. So before going to the end of this session, I just want to tell the profession of physiotherapy, nursing, para optometry, and pharmacy. So a lot of available scope for every children in the in this era. So depending upon their interest, depending upon their needs and the values, so they can think about in choosing any one of the programs. And before choosing it, they should explore that where they are able to fit into those kind of programs and how this programs is going to mold their character and then build their career. So thank you for listening. I think now we'll be open for the session for the questions. Thanks to Ratanji.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable information related to the physiotherapy. Viewers, now the session is open for questions and answers. If you have any queries related to the above profession, you can raise your question and we'll be happy to answer to your questions. Over to you, the viewers.
You can type the question.
Yeah, if you don't want to raise your voice, you can still type using the chat box, or else you can unmute your mic and you can raise your questions.
Thank you, Ms. Charmi Joshi. As far as the physiotherapy is concerned, in the last year, there was a no need for the NEET and good set for the examination. Okay. And this year, the rules and guidelines we are waiting from the government of Gujarat. So as of now, till the last year, like it is based upon the 12th marks only the admissions will be done. Yeah. So similarly for the thing, Anil sir. Hello.
Yes, Bhagishri have asked about the NEET. NEET is not required for the nursing program. NEET is only for the, at present, NEET is only for 5 disciplines, that is medical, Ayurveda, naturopathy, homeopathy. These are the disciplines for which the NEET is required. But for nursing, physiotherapy, paramedical, we don't need NEET.
In the amount of audience or viewer, if you have any more queries, you can raise the queries now.
Manan sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
There's a question for you, sir. Is good set necessary for pharmacy?
Good set is required. Good set is required for optometry. NEET is not required.
Yes. For pharmacy also NEET is not required. Good set is fine.
I think to all the audience, the NEET is mostly for the MBBS and BDS and other BHMS, BAMS programs. So apart from those programs, the NEET is not required for other medical, paramedical other programs. Thank you.
For the benefit of the audience here, I would like to make it clear that pharmacy is a little different than the other professors present here. Pharmacy is basically chemistry program. We are 60% chemistry, just 40% biology. While nursing, physiotherapy, these are purely biological sciences. And paramedical is different than pharmacy. And this, I think, Darshan sir can throw a light on that also.
Yeah. Particularly to optometry, it is based on optical radiations. So physics is there, very confined to optical physics, not full physics. But optical physics ma je the visible range and UV range, a portion physics no it is a part of the syllabus. It is a core subject. Biology, especially the anatomy, physiology is there, and the some portion of mechanical part like spectacles and all. So it is a combination of all the discipline.
Bhagishri have asked about the subjects which they are going to study in nursing. So Bhagishri ji, the majority of all medical subjects, for example, anatomy, physiology, microbiology, biochemistry, medical, surgical, obstetric, gynecology, child health, mental health, research, then prevention, social medicine. These all are the basic subjects which every nurse has to study, irrespective of the program they do choose. For example, there are 2 basic programs which our university have is the general nursing and midwifery, where the eligibility is 12th pass of any stream. And this webinar is only for the B science group student. For them, the ideal program is BSc nursing. So all the students who fall whether GNM or BSc do study the anatomy, physiology, microbiology, biochemistry, nutrition, and medical medicine, surgery, obstetric, gynecology, child health, mental health, research, prevention, social medicine. These all courses do fall under that.
Manan sir, we have a questions related to the pharmacy, and they wanted to know about job, clinical based jobs. So can you give some insight to that, sir?
fundamentally, pharmacy is a support team in clinical trials, or no, deciding the dose of the medicine, monitoring the side effects. So doctors are there. Doctors, they do control clinical trials, but the backup is made up of pharmacy people. Actually, not only BPharm, but BPharm with specialization in clinical pharmacy or pharmacology or pharmacy practice. These people are active team member of clinical studies, where they do work in offices, in computers, at the sites, but actually they do look after the quality of clinical trials. They ensure that the things are going as per the protocols, they prepare protocols, they evaluate the data. Doctors are with patient, they do work with patients, they ensure the safety of patient and everything. They take observations, but everything backside, that has been taken up by pharmacy people. So this is their role. The most of the clinical studies department, there they have 50% doctors, 50% pharmacy.
Next question we have, it is from the PRIT. It's related to the optometry. So they wanted to know about what are the subjects related to optometry. Darshan sir, can you help us, please?
Okay, so optometry, total academics, if I can divide in three parts. The first part, it covers the, basic science, like, anatomy related to eye, ocular physiology, ocular biochemistry, ocular microbiology. तो આ એક ફર્સ્ટ યર કે થોડું ઘણું થર્ડ સેમિસ્ટર એટલે 1.5 year એ બેઝિક સાયન્સ કવર કરે. Then from second year onwards it goes deeper into eyes, like eye diseases, પછી visual optics, પછી refraction start થાય. Refraction means તમે જે ચશ્માના નંબર કાઢો ને, so that we called as a refraction. So refractions. અને થર્ડ યર ની અંદર સ્પેશિયાલિટી આવે. સ્પેશિયાલિટીમાં ઇટ કવર્સ લાઈક ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રિક ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ્સ, પછી કોન્ટેક્ટ લેન્સ, બાયનોક્યુલર એન્ડ સિંગલ વિઝન. એ થર્ડ યર નો પ્રોગ્રામ છે. સ્પેક્ટેકલ્સ, equipments મેં કહ્યું કે ઓપ્ટોમેટ્રિક equipments, so there are range of equipments. તમે કોઈ ચશ્માની દુકાને કે આઈ હોસ્પિટલમાં જાઓ, so there are number of instruments there where the doctors or optometrists sees first the eyes. ઘણી રીતે eyes ને examine કરે. So these are the equipments, and on what basis they are working, what is the outcomes of the program, means outcome of the results. એના બેઝ પર એનું ડાયગ્નોસિસ થાય. So academics three portion ma divide થાય. First year ma core biology with the some portion of physics like optical physics. Then second year it start with the speciality of the optometrist. So main subjects એના જેમ મેં કહ્યું એમ ocular biochemistry, microbiology, physiology, anatomy, eyes ની. પછી એના speciality subjects આવે, contact lens છે, optometric instruments છે, low vision aid છે. So these are the subjects that have to be studied for 3 years. And then fourth year, it is the intensive where students get more experience about all the subjects, on-hand training. Then they become the very mature kind of person in the optometry field.
Sir, Darshan sir, can you add a little bit more about career opportunity in India and abroad, because one or two questions has been raised in that area.
See, career, as I said, there are three main domains. Three main domain of the optometric jobs. One is as a clinician, means the primary healthcare, eye healthcare practitioner. મેં જેમ કહ્યું કે ophthalmologist doctors જોડે જાય પહેલા primary checkup been done by the optometrist. That is one job domain. Second is the spectacles. As I told you earlier also, કે જે ચશ્માની દુકાન છે, now it has turned into the corporate style of shops. So EMA, it is as per the law, they have to be have one optometrist in their spectacle shop. So that then only the license will be issued to the shop. owner. तो ये एक major domain છે. Third is the contact lens. Contact lens now it start with the 5,000 to 1.5 lakh. તો આ બધી જે સર્વિસીસ પ્રોવાઈડ કરવી that is the optometrist can do. એના સિવાય જે છે કે સ્પેશિયાલિટી ઓપ્ટિક્સ લાઈક ડિસ્પેન્સિંગ લેબ એને જે કોન્ટેક્ટ લેન્સ ફિટ કરવા સપોઝ કોઈની આંખ ત્રાસી હોય that we call as a squint eyes. તો એ આઈસ ને એની અંદર ઇટ ઇઝ ચેલેન્જ કે એની અંદર કોન્ટેક્ટ લેન્સ કેમ ના ફિટ કરવા. So these are the speciality for the optometrist. It has its own demand કે આવા ઘણા બધા લોકો હોય છે with the problems with their eyes. એમનું personal care કરવું, that specific problem has to be addressed. This optometrist gain their speciality અને એ કરે છે. But fourth important point which I would like to mention that it has a entrepreneur scope. કે તમારે પોતાનું કોઈ બિઝનેસ કરવો હોય સ્પેશિયલી ઇન ધી કોન્ટેક્ટ લેન્સ અને ધી સ્પેક્ટેકલ આઈસ spectacles for the eyes. So optometrist can do very easily and it has a very good scope and money as well.
Next question, sir, I would like to put on for pharmacy. Sir, can you give some information related to what are the subjects in the pharmacology, whether we have PharmD in our campus or whether a female candidate after a B.Pharm, whether they will be getting any opportunity to work in the industry? Manan sir, please.
And those all three questions are of different directions actually. So I'll take one by one independently. The first one is the courses to be taken up. Well, pharmacy academics is controlled by government under Pharmacy Council of India's eyes. So Pharmacy Council of India has proposed one curriculum, and now it depends upon the institutes how they do run. So we try our level best so that we can have a full package of not only technical, but the student has entrepreneurial skills and the other communication skills and everything has come out as a whole profession. But if I can per se on technical side in pharmacy, it will start with fundamentals of organic chemistry, analytical chemistry, and principles of chemical engineering, because person needs to run a plant ultimately. So this will, for the first year. In second year, again the medicinal chemistry, that is higher level chemistry, anatomy, physiology, pharmacology. So these are the actual drugs. This starts from here. Then development and formulation part, where how they can formulate different formulation. The practical is very much important in pharmacy. We do rely heavily on the hand skills. Student must perform the job. Even the equal marks are given to practicals, and in practicals then person many of the time the practicals are whole day practical in examination કે સવારથી સાંજ એક ધારા practical ચાલે. સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ એ જ્યારે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં કામ કરતા હોય તેવી રીતે લેબની અંદર કામ કરવાનું હોય છે. અને then it goes further. From third year clinical pharmacy આવે, because ultimately clinical trials માટે પણ જરૂર હોય છે. So clinical pharmacy, again pharmacology of different organs, different types of drugs. Dosage form designing ના અલગ અલગ component હોય છે કે ભાઈ તમે તો ખાલી drug formulation લો છો, પણ એનું designing કઈ રીતે કરવાના, parameter evaluate કરવાના, quality assurance વાળો component હોય છે. અને again જે ખરેખર chemical biology કહેવાય કે drug biology માં receptor ની કે protein ની સાથે કઈ રીતે interact થાય છે અને molecule ના structure ને optimize કરવાના કઈ રીતે, આ બધું હોય છે. આ ઉપરાંત અમે લોકો અહીંયા પછી એન્ટરપ્રિન્યોરશિપ ના કોર્સિસ ઓફર કરીએ છીએ, ઇલેક્ટિવ્સ ઓફર કરીએ છીએ અને એ રીતે હોય છે. બટ અપ ટુ બીફાર્મ આઈ ફાઉન્ડ ઇટ ઇઝ એક્સ્ટ્રીમલી ફેસિનેટિંગ જર્ની. જો તમે બીફાર્મમાં હો અને જો તમને કેમેસ્ટ્રી ગમે છે અને જો તમને બાયોલોજી માટે લાઇકલીનેસ છે તો ફાર્મસી ઇઝ બેસ્ટ ફોર યુ. Again, another question I think so was related to PharmD. Actually, PharmD में જ્યારે ચાલુ કર્યું ત્યારે જ I made this clear. There are two distinct branches in pharmacy. આવું ક્યાંય નથી હોતું, પણ ફાર્મસીમાં છે. One branch that is highly inclined toward clinical component or hospital side. This is PharmD. It's just recently started. બીજું જે છે તે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ફાર્મસી કે જેની અંદર મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગ અને ડ્રગ રિસર્ચનો કમ્પોનન્ટ આવે છે, દેટ ઇઝ બીફાર્મ. એકચ્યુઅલી ઇન્ડિયામાં જુઓ ને તો ઇન્ડિયામાં ઇવન આઉટસાઇડ ઓલ્સો બીફાર્મના ચાન્સીસ વધારે છે, બીકોઝ બીફાર્મ ગાય કેન ડુ ફાર્મ ડી જોબ. ફાર્મ ડી વાળાને તો બીફાર્મ બાજુ બિલકુલ એને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી આવડતું જ નહીં હોય, એટલે એ તો ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં જોબ નહીં લઈ શકે, અને સૌથી વધારે જોબ ઓપનિંગ જે થતા હોય છે તે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીના થતા હોય છે. there was one question that I answered કે ભાઈ અમે કેમ ફાર્મ ડી શરૂ નથી કરતા. The only thing કે જોબ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી એકદમ કન્સ્ટ્રિક્ટેડ છે અને ગવર્મેન્ટના રૂલ્સ એટલા બધા ક્લિયર નથી. લાઈક ફોર to run a department, a pharmacy, you need B.Pharm or D.Pharm. પણ ત્યાં એવું નથી લખ્યું કે ફાર્મ ડી ઇઝ મેન્ડેટરી. એવી જ રીતે ક્યાંય હોસ્પિટલ માટે એવું નથી લખેલું કે તમારે ફાર્મ ડી વાળો માણસ જોઈશે. And now the things are not there. Why should somebody hire Pharm D? જો એમને B.Pharm મળે છે કે જે વધારે વર્સેટાઇલ છે, એટલે this is something ગવર્મેન્ટના પોલિસીનો આ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે. અને પછી જોબ મળે નહીં તો પછી એવો પ્રોગ્રામ we don't dare, like no. અમે એવો પ્રોગ્રામ ચલાવીએ કે જેની અંદર અમે કોન્ફિડન્ટ છીએ કે ભાઈ સ્ટુડન્ટને એન્ટરપ્રિનરશિપમાં કે જોબમાં કે કંઈક તરત જ જેવું B.Pharm થાય ને એને કંઈક થઈ જશે, એનું જોબ થઈ જશે અથવા તો એ સેટ થઈ જશે એની લાઈફમાં. પેલામાં વી આર નોટ કોન્ફિડન્ટ, સો વી ડોન્ટ ઓફર ધેટ પ્રોગ્રામ. બાકી તો બીજું કંઈ નથી. બાકી તો અમારી પાસે જે ખરેખર ફાર્મ ડી ચલાવવા માટે હોસ્પિટલ એક જોડે હોવી જોઈએ. અમારી પાસે બહુ સરસ અહીંયા ચારુસેટ રિસર્ચ એન્ડ હેલ્થ ફાઉન્ડેશન જે છે, અમારું હેલ્થ એન્ડ રિસર્ચ ફાઉન્ડેશન CHRF, એનું હોસ્પિટલ ચારુસેટ હોસ્પિટલ છે, જે પેરામેડિકલ, નર્સિંગ અને ફિઝિયોથેરાપીના સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ એમાં ખરેખર લાઈવ ટ્રેનિંગ કરતા હોય છે. ત્યાં ફાર્મ ડીની પણ થઈ શકે, પણ પ્રોસ્પેક્ટસ નથી એટલા માટે એ પ્રોગ્રામ નથી અમારી પાસે. The another question was, sir, Ratan sir.
Yes, sir.
What's the
Last question. Yes, sir. Last question was whether a female, pass out, whether they will be able to work in the industry.
Yeah,
was
in pharmaceutical industry, gender bias is up to minimum, because in pharmaceutical industry, the work atmosphere is highly protected. Even particle size ને પણ કાઉન્ટ કરવાના હોય એટલી હદ સુધીનું વર્ક ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી હોય છે. વર્કર્સમાં બી લગભગ 60-70% ફિમેલ હોય છે, અને અમારા ક્લાસીસમાં બી અત્યારે 80%, 70% ગર્લ્સ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સ હોય છે, ઇવન એમફાર્મમાં પણ. સો જોબ્સ ઇવન નોટ ઇન ગુજરાત, એવરીવેર ઇન ધ વર્લ્ડ. એ ફાર્મસીમાં એવું હોતું નથી કે ભાઈ આ જોબ ખાલી બોયઝ માટે જ છે, અહીંયા ગર્લ્સ નહીં ચાલે. It is just not like that. અહીંયા તો girls, boys equal. There are equal opportunities. This is ideal place for girls even. No harm.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your valuable answer to those questions.
Okay. Thank you.
All the viewers, now the session has come to end. Before we wind up the session, I'd like to thank to all the participants who have come out and joined this video.
Ratan sir,
Yes, sir.
I think we have missed one question from Bhagyashri. She wanted to know whether their nursing degree is valid in abroad or not.
So please,
So I
sir,
just
please
wanted
carry on,
to
sir.
say
Yes,
her,
sir.
yes, it is very well valid. Approximately 50% of our graduate students are at present working. Our first batch passed out in 2013. Since then, many students have taken this opportunity to work in abroad. So they are nicely working, and their organization, like abroad organization, have verified their degree certificates.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And I think one student have asked that when this process will begin about the admission. So still it is uncertain to say, because yet CBSE examinations are pending. 1st to 15th of July is the schedule what the CBSE board has given. So after this, probably in the month of August, we will get the result of CBSE board students. So probably from August, we can anticipate that government may initiate the process, but it is still uncertain to say. This is only a tentative schedule they may have.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the participants for today's webinar, for coming out and spending your valuable time and listening to us. And I'd also like to thank to all the 4 speakers who have given valuable information to their own profession. I hope that this information will be helpful to those participants, and it will be very much helpful for them to decide their own career or profession. And I will also like to thank to Charusat University for providing this opportunity so that we can have linkage with the student who have recently passed out. This is for all the participants or all the viewers. For any kind of further details, kindly visit to Charusat websites or else contact our helpline. We will be very happy to assist you in choosing your right profession in the field of medical science and paramedical science profession. Once again, thanks to once and all for listening to this session. Thank you all.